En este canal leemos historias reales de Reddit. Cada historia es más loca que la anterior.
What was the most legendary thing a student did at school?
I realized the person I called dad wasn't who I thought he was.
Parents of Reddit, what's the most embarrassing thing your toddler said out loud in public?
That was the moment I realized I had married the wrong person.
Al final de cada video damos nuestra opinión y dejamos vocabulario clave que hemos aprendido. Best friend doesn't know his proposal speech is actually about me. I just really need to air this out somewhere because I have nowhere else I can go with this. I, 30 female, my best friend, 30 male, and his longtime girlfriend, 26 female, all teach in a school setting. I'm gonna be vague because I'm terrified of this getting back to either of them. I got my best friend Jim the job, and he met Mia pretty soon after, and they've been happily dating for 7 years. Now, about me and Jim. We met in university and have always been super close. Jim is a bit of an airhead, but genuinely so emotionally mature and kind, I never minded it. And I was always the one that had everything in order. I would book trips, he would happily tag along, that sort of thing. There is a lot of little things that are just part of our dynamic that I do without even thinking about it. One thing that I started doing right after the pandemic is making sure Jim had something to drink in the morning. He wasn't late to his classes necessarily, but he would always hurry in and not have any time to get settled, fill up his water bottle, etc., before his classes start. Meanwhile, I love being one of the first people in the building, so I have all the time in the world to fill his water bottle, power up the ancient work computer, and sometimes I get him a coffee or a tea. Another thing I do is collect pictures and memes of Jim, which I usually make myself. I always analyze pictures for a good reaction meme or a funny face he makes. These I exclusively use with him or Mia, who I am also a good friend and close colleague with. I also additionally smuggle information about him to his mother and Mia for presents, surprises, and those kind of things. And I always guard the area when Mia and Jim want some alone time during school trips. Now, Jim told me recently that he is going to propose to Mia, and I was so excited. I went over to his house to proofread the speech he had prepared, and my jaw dropped on the floor. I won't upload it here. It's in our native language anyway, and also personal to him, but every single example he gave about what he loves about Mia is actually about me. In the speech, he talks about how he started falling for her when she started leaving him hot drinks in winter and filling up his water bottle in summer. He talks about how she made candid pictures and memes and gathered them in a big book for his 30th birthday. He even mentions that he thinks that they have the exact same humor. He talks about how she always knows what he is thinking or what he wants and names specific examples of times where I vividly remember having a call with Mia to tell her what is going on in his mind. I don't think he doesn't love Mia, nor do I think Mia took credit for any of this on purpose. But I found it unsettling how the entire speech seemed to be a description of my behavior and my acts of love towards him. And of course, Mia would notice that too. I tried to get him to change major aspects of it, but I didn't dare telling him everything in the speech was me. He sent me the new version of the speech today, and I cannot stop reading it and thinking, this situation was me, and this was me. Oh, and this was also me. This is not about credit. I don't want it. I don't need to stand on a soapbox and yell that I love him better because I simply don't think that. I just needed to write it somewhere and will now hopefully never need to speak of it again. Edit, I now understand I would be horrible if I don't straight up tell him the things I did versus what Mia did. I'm going to call him with new feedback on his speech soon, and we'll just casually go through the things he needs to change because I was doing them, and come with suggestions of all she does. Update, I've been crying for hours. I called Jim to tell him he needs to rewrite his speech because the things he mentioned were things I did. Those of you who said in the comments that he knew that were correct. He said he hoped laying it all out for me would make me realize I truly loved him all along. I hung up on Jim to call Mia before he could change the narrative on me. Mia is a true trooper for saying she'll believe a sobbing woman over a man any day. We're going to meet up for lunch tomorrow, but I think we're both done with Jim at this point. Thank you for the truth bombs and criticism. I don't think I'll update again. Vocabulary. Air this out. I'm going to be vague. Happily dating. We are super close. Airhead. Tag along. Hurry in. Get settled. Meanwhile, fire up. Colleague. Smuggle. Propose. Fall for. Fill up. Take credit. Unsettling. I didn't dare. Speech. Straight up tell him. Make me realize. Hang up. A trooper. Sobbing. Meet up. Hard truth. What do you think about today's story? Leave your opinion in the comments below and practice the English you have learned today. ¿Qué opinas de la historia de hoy? Deja tu opinión en los comentarios de abajo y practica el inglés que has aprendido hoy.